Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you again for tuning in to the Diaspora Panel. This is the Diaspora Panel, the voice of the diaspora. My name is Deji Olaya, and I'm based in the Republic of Ireland. I have with me today, as always, I have Mr. Ademola Adisa, who is based in the United Kingdom. Mr. Adisa, you are welcome.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Also based in America, United States of America, is Mr. Olaitan Adedigba. Mr. Adedigba, you are also welcome.
It's my pleasure being here this afternoon.
First of all, before we continue, I want to thank all our new subscribers who subscribed in the last 1 week. Thank you so much for subscription, and we welcome you to the Diaspora panel. And we want to tell all other, viewers who have not subscribed, please hit that subscription button. It is free of charge. You will not be charged for it. What it means is that anytime we do our next video, you will be one of the first people to know about it. As we continue today, we want to discuss the last presidential election that took place on the 25th of February. That was the Saturday before yesterday. Before we continue to discuss, I want to say, I want to congratulate the winner of that election, Ashiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for that magnanimous way he celebrated his win. And for all those who lost, thank you also for being so, for losing gallantly. And we hope that Nigerians from all walks of life, whether you are Baptist or you are Campasia or you are Vigilant or you are Articulate, we will all come together to work for the progress of our country. So I'm going to start with you, Demola. The last Saturday, we are all on edge. I remember that the week before then, we made a video in which we actually predicted that Ashiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu will win that election. And here we are. He has won the election. So I want us to analyze, I'm going to show my screen. I want us to analyze the result of this election and, talk about what are those things that favored Ashiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu to win that election. Because we know that shortly before this election, about 1 month before, a lot of policies from the federal government have demarcated the APC. For example, the fuel situation, which is still lingering in Nigeria, and the currency issue. These are sort of the marketing strategies that have been employed by certain people in government to make sure that the APC lost this election. But at the end of the day, what we saw was a loss. So, Demola, let's look at the overalls, and the different geopolitical zones. What do you think favored Ashiwaju Bola Tinubu? What is your analysis of this election?
Oh, okay. Thank you, DG. Let's quickly, because if we look at the first spreadsheet that we have in front of us, it's actually reflects the total vote that was gathered by each of the 4 leading contestants. And Tinubu has the highest number of votes. Can you enlarge it, please? Because I can see it.
Yeah, I'm trying to do that actually. Yeah, you continue. I'll try to enlarge it.
Okay. And from the analysis, you can see that the votes, at least it's gathered 25% in 29 states, and it's also able to have about 39 point something, 36 or 39. I can't see it clearly from here.
I'm trying to actually make it bigger.
Okay. Give me a minute. Let me see.
Okay, I think. Okay, I think I've made it larger now.
Okay. Yes. He has a 36.62% of the vote. And he also have, as I said earlier on, 25% in 29 states. While the nearest to him is Atiku, who has about 6,994,525 votes, which is equals to 29.08%. And this is also 25% in 22 states.
Yeah.
And third is Obi of a Labour Party, which have 6,101,554, which equivalent to 26.4%, and also in 17 states. Out of them all, obviously, apart from Tinubu having the highest number of votes, he is also the only one that have that's able to cover the 25% in as required by law.
Yeah.
In at least 24 states.
Apart the required spread.
Apart from the total votes spread of the valid votes cast. And if we look at the second, now let's look at the breakdown of each of the zones. For in the Northeast.
Northwest, let's start from the Northwest. Northwest.
Okay, sorry, just a minute. Yeah, Northwest. In Northwest, Tinubu has the highest number of votes, which is 2,641,306, and it has 25% in all the 7 states in the Northwest. So, and he have the highest number of votes in 2 out of the 7 states. Atiku have 2,329,540 votes, which is equivalent to about 34.82%, and he has the highest in 4 of the states, which are Kaduna, Katsina, Kebbi, and Sokoto. Obi has 350,183 votes.
He didn't have 25% in any of the northwestern states.
He doesn't have any of the. For Atiku have more than 25% or more in 6 of the 7 6 of the 7 states. Whereas Obi from the Northwest has the least votes, which is 350,183, and has no 20% in any of the states.
Okay, and just finish your thought.
Kwankwaso also has 1,268,250 votes, and he has the highest vote in one of the states, which is Kano State. And it also, that is the only place where he has more than 25% of the votes.
Let me bring Lighton in. Let me bring Lighton into the conversation before we continue. Lighton, looking at the result in the Northwest.
Okay.
It is very strange that Atiku, who has put himself forward as another candidate, Tinubu had more votes in the Northwest, 2.6 million to Atiku's 2.3 million. And Tinubu had at least 25% in all the 7 states of the Northwest, while Atiku failed in one. In Kano State, he has only about 7%. Did you envisage that this kind of thing will happen in the Northwest?
Yeah, that was our prayer. That was our prayer that it should happen. And our target and permutation that we should beat, that Tinubu should beat Atiku and all other candidates in the Northwest. That was the reason why the vice president came from that area, right? To make sure that
the vice president is not from the Northwest.
Sorry, from the North. The activities of the El-Rufai, Ganduje, and all these people, all these blokes.
All the northern governors.
All the northern governors. Don't forget, Tinubu, for somebody who wants to rule Nigeria, according to Dele Momodu, you should have a building bridge. You should have met a lot of people from north, from the east, from the south, right? And you should have intimacy with them, right? This will be your soldiers, road soldiers, who will deliver the necessary votes for you. And Tinubu has marshaled his points. He has been working tirelessly, right? He has assisted. Don't forget, he single-handedly installed Ganduje there. So all these people, it's not a payback time that those guys, they will have to work for him. So who much is given, much is also expected. This Sokoto State governor, for him to become a speaker of the House of Representatives, he worked. Tinubu worked tirelessly for him too, right? Don't forget. So he has helped a lot of people in Nigeria, both in the north, in the south, in the southeast, in the southwest. So he believed, he has been nurturing this, and it worked well for him. It was a good permutation. So I never doubt myself, right? I never had any doubt in my mind that in the north, the emirs too, the installation of emirs, it never fall short of assisting them.
Okay, Lighton, look at the North Central. I'm showing the North Central now.
Okay.
Tinubu won 4 states in the North Central. Benue,
Kogi. Let me have a look at my North Central here.
No, if you look at the screen, I'm sharing it.
Okay, North Central.
I'm sharing it. So he won in Benue, Kogi, Kwara, and Niger State. He lost Nasarawa State, which was, I expected him to win Nasarawa. He also lost in Plateau. So what do you think accounts for this?
Yeah, what account for Nasarawa, I wouldn't know. But I think Lalong, the 2-term governor, came from Nasarawa.
Lalong is Plateau State governor.
Oh, sorry. And he lost Plateau.
He lost Plateau, yeah. He even lost his senatorial ticket.
And he lost his senatorial ticket. That shows the unpopular introduction of Naira change and the fuel scarcity. That I wouldn't know why our kids, they should refuse to vote for us, right? The chairman of the party didn't win his own state, and the publicity secretary, assistant publicity secretary, Lalong, failed to win to deliver his own constituency too. So it goes a long way to tell you that the unpopular programs, unpopular programs embarked by the federal government then, right, go a long way to hinder people from voting for APC, right? The people are disenchanted. People are not. You can't withdraw your money. Anything, anywhere you want to pay, you withdraw your money. You pay for it. That you part away with 10% or 5% of your money. So these are the albatross to the progress of the country, right? And these are the way that hinder the people from say, enough is enough for this government, so they should go away. So that is what responsible for the failure of the APC in Plateau and
that's Plateau and Nasarawa State.
Thank you.
Yeah, Demola, what do you think happened in the North Central? I mean, we were expecting a win in Kogi. I was expecting a win in Kwara, which is okay. I was expecting a win in Nasarawa, where you have Governor Bello, what's his name, Governor Sule. But I was not expecting a win in Benue. I was expecting a win in Niger State. You understand? But I wasn't expecting a win in what's the name of the other place that he won. So I was expecting us to win in Plateau State. What do you think happened?
Now let's put it, because we need to understand one big factors here. The big factor is Obi. This area will have been a two-way affair between PDP and APC. As much as APC tried to hold their fourth, PDP lost a lot of their base to Labour Party. If you can see, there are two main factors there. One of it is this the defragment. You know, the middle belt, this is what we are talking about, the middle belt area. They are already not happy, especially at PDP, with zoning the thing back to the north. Because they are thinking, because the minority group in the party are not happy with that problem, with the way the Article won the nomination for the party. And that is what created obedient movement. And that is what created, and also that is one factor. The other one is the Christian, Muslim ticket as well. So it worked a little, it really affected greatly, to a great extent, APC vote in the middle belt area, where a good number of Christians are based in the north. So if you see, for example, if you look at, even though you look at Benue where they won.
Yeah, I was expecting Obi to win in Benue because he was there about 3 times. He went.
It was very close though. It's very close because Obi have 308,372, while APC have 310.
Yeah,
so it's a very close margin. It's a very close margin. So it's not beyond the expectation. So it's really very close. It's a tight race there. So for the one thing we need to ask ourselves is, out of the 6 days that are in the Northwest, Atiku didn't win any of them.
Yeah, in the Northwest, so it's not Central.
In the North Central, sorry, in the North Central, Atiku didn't win any of them.
Because
so it's Obi. It is Obi that took away all the vote that meant for PDP.
Yeah, most of these North Central states have been ravaged by this Fulani.
Yeah. So that's why I say, so they have grievances against the ruling elite, especially the Fulani hierarchy, and most of these people they are not Fulanis. They are either Hausa or Nupe or any other ethnic groups.
Okay. Let's go to Northeast. Let's go to Northeast.
Anyway, before we go on, so obviously Tinubu won 4 states in the North Central, and while Obi won 2 North Central.
So in the Northeast, I can see here Atiku won, in spite of the Tinubu's vice president coming from the Northeast. He was only able to win, to win Borno State, although he got 25% in every state, from the Northeast. So Atiku won the rest. And why do you think? I was expecting at least for Tinubu to get at least Yobe and Borno states. Why do you think this happened?
Now, if you look at the race of the Northeast, it's not that much of a distance. Because we expect, because of the presidential candidates coming from their area, he will have preference over the vice presidents. And that is one. But the goal for APC is to have as much as possible and ensure that they have the 25%, which they did in all the states. They only managed to keep Borno. And the other ones even Yobe is very close. Even though they lose Yobe, at least they have more than about 40% of the vote there. in Yobe State. So it's not a bad performance. Well, that is 151 to 198. But even though Atiku won by more than 50% of the votes there, Tinubu still had 34%. Why?
It was very close. It was very close. Difference was just about maybe 600,000 votes.
So it's a very close margin, but Atiku has the highest number of votes in the North.
He's from there. So I think
so it's not unexpected.
600,000 votes. But let's go to Southwest. Lighton. Look at the Southwest vote. At the end of the day, what I'm saying here is Tinubu has about 2.27, about 2.3 million.
Okay.
Atiku didn't even get up to 1 million votes. So there's a difference of about 1.3 million votes, in the Southwest between Atiku and Tinubu. So, and then we can see that Tinubu lost Lagos to the obedient movement. But he won. Atiku won also in Osun State. Although it was very close, the difference between the votes were just about 10,000, less than 10,000 votes. So we can say those are equal. But Tinubu won convincingly in Ekiti, in Ogun, in Ondo, and in Oyo State. So, what do you think happened in the Southwest zones? Because I was expecting Atiku to do very well.
The problem is, don't forget the Southwesterner. We are more enlightened, we are Christian, we are polished, right? And we have this mind that anybody any party, right, that is at the we have this free thinker attitude. Anybody that is best for us, I mean, is what we are going for, right? And consider like I said earlier on, consider the on-record programs being introduced towards the end of at the twilight of the election, right? So all these congeal together to make I spoke to some friends who are lecturing at Ife. They said they ain't going to vote for APC. I said why? They said because Tinubu imposed it. I said Tinubu is different from the Mr. President. Do you know what Tinubu entails? It's only people that can give what the lawyers, they always say you give what you have. You don't give what you don't have. Right? This guy is mentally okay. He will choose the best hand. They said no, they don't want him. They don't want APC. They don't want to smell APC again. But come to that question. Don't forget Tinubu is from that side. And the way Atiku won in the Northeast, that is the way Tinubu won here in the Southwest. And I don't expect Atiku to even come this close in the Southwest, right? Obi votes. Let's see. Obi is 849,423. Atiku 941. And considering the fact that the PDP is still on ground in Osun State, right? And the population of Igbo and those people are disgruntled with the government of the day in Lagos State, right? Resulted into the votes, the loss of Lagos and Osun, right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, Demola, how will you analyze Southwest? What do you think happened, especially in Lagos? Do you think the force of disobedience, this obedient movement, is enough to win them the governorship election? Do you think they are as big as we think they are?
Now, let's before we go into the governorship election, because looking at this election, there is one thing that is established now, that the Obi movement is real, and it has come to stay.
Yeah.
And if anybody overlook them, they do it at their own peril. If you look what happened in Lagos,
They showed up. They showed up in Lagos. Big time.
Yeah, they showed up big time in Lagos, and there are a lot of factors to it. One of it is complacencies of the APC in Lagos, because they already believe that the thing is already delivered to their onto their lap. They were given a good surprise, great awakening in that election. The other one is the currency issue, because even as much as people want to vote for in the West, want to vote for the one of their own, but they count him also as part of the existing government policies that work seriously against them. If there's anywhere where this is the currency issue affect most, is in the Southwest.
Mm.
They are really very much unhappy with that policy, and it went a great extent to really affect Tinubu's vote in Southwest. Not only this, one of the things that surprised me the surprise there is the performance of PDP. I expect PDP, with years of structures they have in Southwest, to have so much low delivery.
The kind of collapse. PDP collapsed in the Southwest.
So, and LP, Labour Party, emerge in a full force with that such notice, short term of existence, to gather so much vote in Southwest is really a great achievement. And for them to even win a state, and most especially the most unexpected, the greatest upset of this election, which is Lagos, nobody expected to see it coming.
Okay.
Even though we expect them to do well, but not to the extent of.
Okay, because of lack of time, we still have 2 more states to analyze. South. Let's go to South briefly, Demola. What do you think? Because I can see here that Tinubu eventually won in Rivers, and can you imagine that was the only state that Tinubu won in the South? So thank God that Wike, did what he did. Otherwise, Tinubu will, I think he has about 28% in Akwa Ibom State and then 25% in Bayelsa. So he has 25% in about 3 states in the South. And in those states, they don't even have 25% in Edo State.
They don't have 25%.
Not in Edo. No. Tinubu have 25% in 4 states in the South.
No, from what I can see, it's only 3 states. Only 3 states, actually. Akwa
Ibom, Bayelsa,
Cross River, yeah, okay,
Cross Rivers,
yeah.
So they have 25% in 4 out of the 6 states. He only managed to win only River State and courtesy of Wike.
And can you imagine that PDP Atiku has only 16% in River State? 16.
That tells you the power the power of Obi movement.
Yeah.
Look, Obi wiped out PDP.
Yeah, in the South, in the South and the Southeast, yeah.
Not only in Southeast, it's even affect their performance in the North. In all the southern region, Obi really wiped out the presence of PDP in the South. And also they dent them seriously in the North.
Let me go over to Southeast and let me call on Lighton.
Yeah.
Talk to me about this Southeast. Obi wiped everybody out, clean slate. And the Igbos will now be saying tomorrow that they have been marginalized. How can you come out with this kind of votes? If you look at the northern vote, to split between APC and PDP and a little bit to Obi and to Kwankwanso. If you look at the Southwest, everybody has their equal share. PDP won in Osun, Obi won in Lagos. Kwankwanso had a lot of votes across the board. APC had their own listing. But in the Southeast, not a single other party had 10% of the votes. Not a single, in fact, the party that did so well after Labour Party is PDP, who had 6% of the votes. So what do you think? Why do you think the Igbos voted this way? Lighton?
Nobody should tell us, right, that they know Igbos more than us. The Igbo, they have a voting pattern, right from the word go. During Awolowo, they have a voting pattern. During Abiola, even during Abiola, they have a voting pattern. So during Obasanjo, they did the same thing. So Buhari now said they are dots. If you can remember the Buhari's quote, that they are dots in a circle.
Yeah.
The Igbo, they are dots in a circle. I
don't want us to use that word, and I don't believe they're a dot in the circle. I don't believe.
Okay, they are not a dot in the circle.
Yeah.
They are not. So okay, do you want me to retract it?
Yeah, no, it's okay.
Okay, what I'm saying in essence is they have a voting pattern, and their voting pattern is whoever belongs to them is what they want, and they want to pull somebody from another party. I mean, from anybody from another party that doesn't belong to them. They want to pull him down. So invariably, the gullible ones among the simpleton, the gullible ones among us, they will support them, like they did to Ashiwaju. The Ashiwaju is this. Ashiwaju, a friend of mine at work was saying, Ashiwaju this. I just come on, shut up. If you have Ashiwaju, if you have somebody like Ashiwaju in the eastern part of the country, right? The eastern part of the country will be better off, right? With the level of industrialization and vision for the development of Lagos State, near Southwest, right? The eastern part would have been better off. That was what I told him.
Because
come back to the question.
Can you imagine Ashiwaju, all the votes Ashiwaju got in the Southeast, all the 5 states together is less than 130,000. The whole 5 states, huh?
Somebody who wants to go and vote for APC, they chase him out.
In fact, even the PDP that has always won there, they did not have up to 100,000 votes.
Because of their own.
Actually, even beat PDP.
What they normally say, look at even the learned ones among them, right? They are saying that no to any other party than Obi. They don't see any reason to vote for anybody. That is their own. That is their own nature.
One also that has sponsored a lot of students in the Southeast, on what to call scholarship. He got only about 8,000 votes. While Obi had 2 million votes.
What about Tinubu that gave them a free hand in Lagos State, a free hand to do whatever they like in everywhere? He gave them education. The same education is given to Igbo, to Hausa, is the same one is given to the Yorubas in the Lagos State. But they still don't want him. That is the kind of person they are.
Okay.
Like, everywhere they are, they want their own to be there. Even in somebody from Ebonyi, they said they cannot come and become a governor in Abia State. All the elders in Abia State, they came together that somebody, I forgot the name now, but I saw the video. They said to Piaka, the person from Ebonyi cannot come and become the governor in Abia State. They said no. Biaka Ojukwu wanted to contest for senatorship, right, in Abga. They said she should go back to her state, not in Abia. So you see the discrimination among themselves. So that is it. But they want to come to Lagos to come and win the election and political office.
Let's go over to Demola. Looking at the Southeast votes, do you think now, okay, Tinubu is going to form a government now? Do you now think that they can approach that government for equality now, with the kind of vote that we have seen?
Now, before I will answer your question, because I want us to realize something. When last week, before the election, when we did the video and we analyzed what will come. Because when I saw this, I was a little bit surprised with the level of dominance that the Labour Party has in the Southeast. But I went back to our video, and Deji, is as we predicted. This result that we are finding here is as we predicted in our analysis. That they will wipe up to the not less than 80–90%.
Wipe everybody out. Yeah.
And that is what has come to bear. Why was this? Well, now, one of the main reasons as we analyze is that the vote for emergence of a Labour Party or obedient movement, is an agitation of the Southeast of their marginalization for the highest position in Nigeria. They saw the opportunities of seeing Obi as a symbol for them to be able to attain that ambition. And they rallied around full force for him. I don't think this should surprise anybody. So it's really, this is what is telling you that, because before, the Southeast, people from the Southeast believe that they don't have any pathway for them to emerge because of dominance of the North or whatever, which is not true now. It's now showing that if they are able to extend their love and to other regions, rather than stay in their cocoon and just stay in one party and not just getting rid, being subservient, because I'm sorry to say this, the Southeasterners has always been looking at the North for dominance, and they only are them to lead and they follow. It's high time now that they should be able to lead and let others follow. And especially, and if you can see, because this is the time they got especially with the relationship between the Southeast and the West, the way they got enough that vote in Southwest, that show you that if the Southeasterners are extending that love with the Southeast, this will have created a dividend earlier than now. So it's an eye opener for the South, especially the South, Southeast, and Southwest, to really be able to work together. If they are able to, because they have not been working together, if they are able to work together, they can achieve something together that will be able to balance the power rotation in Nigeria.
Okay. Because of time.
Now, look at this analysis. This last Obi wipe off everybody is the only zone where nobody have anything. But can this turn into the governorship election? Will they be able to have all this vote they have in the government?
Okay, Demola, let me pause you. Let me give time to Lighton.
Okay.
Okay. So, Lighton, I'm going to continue from where Demola stopped. Now, in the governorship election, Ashiwaju is not on the ticket in Lagos. Obi is also not on the ticket. Atiku is not on the ticket in Adamawa. These, leaders and presidential are not on the ticket. Are we likely to see exactly the same performance, especially in Lagos? So, are we likely to see a Labour Party governor in Lagos?
Lagos State is Tinubu that they don't want. And don't forget the candidate of Labour Party. I think he's an Igbo guy. Chinedu something.
No, it's not Igbo. It's a Yoruba guy, but it's I think they said his wife is Igbo and his mother is Igbo, but he's a Yoruba man himself.
Okay. I doubt very much that the result we see in the presidential election will replicate itself in the governorship election. Forget about that.
You think so?
Yeah, what made me think so was, I mean, is the way is majority, they will now go back to the drawing board. The people will go back to the drawing board. Whatever might be the case, right? APC will come victorious in Lagos State. Mark my word.
When Sanwo-Olu will win.
Sanwo-Olu will win Lagos State again.
Okay.
And I believe everybody, I mean, all the voters in Lagos State, they know, I mean, I'm talking about the Yorubas now. They've seen the light, right? That they know they will see a way, I mean, a road to nowhere and the road to the future. Thank you.
What about okay? Let me go over to
what about?
Yeah, I wanted you to just talk briefly about Oyo State. Do you think that the APC will win the governorship election in Oyo State?
The guy, I think Sheyi is doing creditably well, no doubt. He pays the salary, he pays everything, he do all those
So
things.
Was he cleansed out in the presidential election? Why did the APC cleanse?
No, Sheyi was the one that go like they did in River State. Sheyi was the one that was routing for APC. He said enough is enough. Northern state cannot leave the place and another northern state will come there. So Sheyi routed for Tinubu like they did in River State.
So you think that PDP will win in Oyo State this time around?
No doubt about that. No doubt. Mark my word.
Okay. Demola, let's start from Lagos. What's your opinion about Lagos? What do you think will happen in Lagos? Do you think Lagos is likely to have a Labour governor? And do you think Oyo State is likely to have an APC governor?
There's nothing impossible in Nigerian politics, but from my own analysis, from what I've seen so far, Labour have used their joker in Lagos.
They've used their joker.
Yeah, in Lagos for the presidency. It's not more. It's an eye opener for APC, and I don't think that will reoccur again. I don't think they will have that opportunity again.
Okay. Demola, what I'm hearing in Lagos is that the Igbos went out massively to vote for Obi, and that they have been doing nocturnal meetings, evening night meetings, to make sure that they come out en masse and deliver a Labour governor. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Do you think they have the power, that population power, that voting block, to make Labour Party candidate emerge in Lagos?
Yeah, just as you are hearing, also I've been hearing that even they are not unison in that, and they are also feared of repercussion, backlashing of that becoming to effect. The reality is the force that Obi has, and the force behind making Obi as a president is not as strong as that of I mean, that one is not equally available for Gbadebo as a governor for Lagos State for the Labour Party. A lot of them are not interested in the governorship. They are only interested mostly in the presidency,
right,
especially for the emergency of Obi to be president. And also, mind you, it's not only the Igbos that voted en masse, the youths also vote en masse for Obi, just for Obi. I don't think they would give the same thing to Labour as governor.
Demola, just a quick question. Why did the obedience show up in Lagos so massively, but not in other parts of the Southwest, especially in Oyo State? I know there's a lot of obedient people, Why did they not show up in Oyo State? They didn't show up in Osun State. They didn't show up in Ekiti State. They didn't show up in Ondo State.
Now, one of the things that, because the youth movement is more pronounced in Lagos State than in any other state in Nigeria. And that is that has been through the NSAS
movement, yeah.
So, and they have that presence there a lot. than any other state. So Obi was able to benefit from that movement in Nigeria, Lagos. But it's not the same thing in other states, especially in the Southwest. The ENSA movement is not as it's very docile in other Southwest states.
Okay, Demola, let's quickly talk about Oyo State. Sorry?
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Yeah, what I believe responsible for the loss of Lagos State was the youths. They were disenchanted because of the ENSAS, ENSAS killings. Not only that, the presence of the Igbos, the Malaba market, the Ogokumaiko market, the Oshodi market, the Daleko market, all these areas, they've taken over, right? Not only that, a lot of them, right, they come from all their villages, right? So, youths, they because Tinubu was involved in this, Tinubu was, they are saying that it was Tinubu that brought soldiers to Lagos to come and kill them. So these are the things that, okay, even the churches they keep on campaigning that Tinubu must not win because he picked a Muslim as vice president.
There's a lot of
this,
all
these areas.
Yeah. I think it's time we need to tell our youths that ENSAS, whatever it is, the massacre, whatever it is, Tinubu has nothing to do with it. It has nothing to do. It's not the commander-in-chief.
Because of the Igbos, they were telling lies. And the Igbos, they were the one, it was Nnamdi Kanu said they should burn down the buses, they should burn down houses, they should burn down the businesses. It was Kanu that was dishing out, but they don't listen to that. Right? What they told them, they form an opinion about it. They just continue acting based on that. None of them can think for themselves. That will tell you that the danger inherent in our youth. Now, they can't think for themselves. Okay, whatever they told them, they just hook, line, and sinker, they just accept it like that.
No, I think they can think for themselves.
No. I think they can sit down. If Kanu was somewhere, we have majority of them. Kanu was somewhere, was dishing out to instruction. They should bomb BRT, they should bomb the housing, they should do this. All these are the things. Okay, continue. Let's continue.
Yeah. Okay. So, Demola, I just want you to talk briefly about Oyo State. The APC won all the 3 senatorial districts in Oyo State, and they delivered. They won the presidential election, by very, very wide margin to PDP's scores. So, do you think that Seyi Makinde will retain his seat, or is it likely to lose that seat?
Just as I think Seyi Makinde will actually come back for the second term. It will be the second person ever in Oyo State, because other than Ajimabi, nobody has ever had 2 terms in Oyo State. One of the reasons is his role in G5 make him realize people really want to pay him back for the role he played to make sure that Bola Tinubu won Oyo State votes. And we can see that he was very much supportive of Bola Tinubu's emergence in Oyo State. So also, he also performed in himself, because he has done a lot of good things in the state with the Omitutu 1, and he also promised of Omitutu 2. So it's really, I think, and because even apart from this, the issue about the chieftaincy title, there are a lot of rancors within the traditional chieftaincy movement that he was able to pacify and put sanity there. He has also done a lot with paying people's salary, which I don't think is any of the governors should count that as a achievement. Paying people's salary should not be an achievement. It's their responsibility to do. They shouldn't not be. That is when we glamorize the bad things, it looks as if it's something out of the ordinary. Paying people's salary should not be an achievement. It's a responsibility which he has done. So although some people may fail in it, but it's not necessarily an achievement. But he has done a lot, especially with infrastructure. He continued with infrastructure provision, especially roads, and also some schools development as well. And also because he also recruited some people into government, because a lot of state government now, they are not employing anybody, but he was able to employ more people into the civil service and into government, which is a very good thing.
Okay, thank you very much, Demola. Lighter, just your last question, because we are going to close in about 2-3 minutes. In Osun State, we heard, in the last election, the governorship election, that there was a lot of cheating, and in fact, there's a tribunal that said that Adeleke's victory is null and void, and that there was a lot of cheating with in the election. So now, when we saw this presidential election, PDP actually won again, but although with a very little margin. So has it now been established that Adeleke actually won that election?
No. Adeleke never won any election in Osun State. It was a rouge and a patch-up affairs. What in
so why did the PDP now won the presidential election?
No, listen to me now. Let me explain myself.
Yes.
This election that I just conducted, they don't vote in Atakumosa East and West.
Yeah.
They just write. I will send a video clip.
That's a wide allegation. That's a very wide allegation, Lighter.
They don't allow our people. They don't allow people to vote in Atakumosa East and West. I'm saying the real fact is on. So the election they were counting, you will see one NYC. I will ask Larry to send it to me again because I changed my phone. I will the election. The NYC guy was counting 10, 15, 25. Is that how to count? Is that how to? And they recorded it. They asked police. This is what is happening. I'm telling you the real fact. The video clip is outside, and I will send it. So maybe we can discuss it later on. I'm telling you, this is what I see. And Jibola Famurewa, the senatorial aspirant for APC,
I think
he's going to court.
He lost.
He lost. He's going to court. Right. He has all the proofs with him. Right.
Okay. Lighter, thank you so much. Demola, what do you think about that Osun State? What's your take on that?
Osun State, like most other states where the power of Kuku Pencil or the government were able to influence things on elections. So I wasn't surprised, but it's not necessarily an indication that PDP is back in full in Osun, or any validation of Adeleke's election per se. But we cannot use it the same yardstick of this presidential election to really use it for Adeleke's vote. Adeleke's vote is a different thing.
Thank you very much. So we've come to the end of today's deliberations, and I want to say thank you to our panelist, Mr. Olatunde in the United States of America. Thank you so much for coming for today's meeting.
Yeah, it's my pleasure.
And also Mr. Ademola Adisa, who is based in the United Kingdom. Mr. Adisa, also thank you for coming to today's meeting.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Again, for all our viewers, thank you for viewing. And I would want to inquire you. I want to advise you that you subscribe to this channel, which means that anytime we do a new video, you'll be one of the first people to know about it. The subscription is free of charge. You'll not be charged for it. Thank you again for watching. I hope to see you again next Sunday. God bless you and goodbye.